Hey guys, so for today's 12 days of tutorials, I wanted to create kind of a classic holiday look, and whenever I think of that, I think of a gold eyeshadow, a black wing, and a red lip. So that was my inspiration for today's look, and for today's palette, I'm using the Natasha Denona Glam palette. This is just another classic kind of staple palette to have in your collection. I really do love it, and I loved using it today. Now, if my math is correct, I do think today is technically the last day of my 12 days of tutorials, but I am planning on doing one more video just with like other palettes that you guys voted for, because as I film all these December videos, I just kind of get in the groove of doing these eyeshadow looks, so I want to do more while I can and keep posting for you guys in December. Also next week, I plan on posting a lot of like yearly wrap-up videos, like my 2023 favorites, ranking all the palettes I used this year. I'm so excited for those videos. But anyways, if you want to see how I got this eyeshadow look, go ahead and keep on watching. It has been a while since I've used this palette, but I'm excited to dig into it today, and I definitely want to use a look with this gold shade. I'm going to start with the blend shade on a fluffy packing brush, and I'm going to pack that throughout my entire crease. I always find that when I use Natasha's palettes, I like to do more of a patting motion with her shadows and then blend them out instead of going straight in with a windshield wiper kind of motion. But once you kind of get that first layer of pigment on, it's pretty easy to work with after that. Now, once most of the product is off my brush, I'm just going to softly blend right below my brow to blend out the edges of that shade. Now I'm picking up more of the blend shade and I'm adding that to the outer part of my lid, and I am connecting it into my outer crease. This really is such a good crease shade for me. I love it. Now I'm going to take this flat lid brush in the gold center eyelid shade. So I have that shadow on my brush like that, and I'm going to pack that on the entire inner blank part of my lid. I really like how this is more of a subtle gold color. It's not like such a bright yellowy gold that's in your face. It's very subtle looking. Now I did wet my brush with a little bit more shadow, and I'm gonna see if I can intensify this inner area right here. I like to go back to the first brush I used and just kind of softly blend around the edges of the gold. Now on that same brush, I'm going to take this brown shimmery outer eyelid shade, and I am going to place that on my outer eyelid. That's kind of one thing I love and hate about this palette is the names of the shadows. I think the names are great for beginners, but I think the names can also make people kind of stuck on what to do with the shadows, because for example, if it says outer eyelid, you might only think that you can put it on your outer eyelid where you can actually put it wherever you want, you know? Okay, I'm building up this shade. You can see I kind of have a harsh line right there, so I'm going to go back to that first brush I started with and just kind of stamp right over that line. And I'm pushing my brush upwards just a little bit to blend it out that way. Alright, so you can see this is blended out much better. I went ahead and did my under eye concealer off camera. Now let's do the lower lash line. I'm going to take this smoke shade on a pencil brush, and I'm going to run that along my entire lower lash line. And I'm using the tip of the brush to do this. And for the shade in the lower lash line, you can kind of build it up to be as deep as you want. Then I'm gonna go back to that blend shade I used in my crease, again on the pencil brush, and I'm gonna run that right over the smoke shade. Now I want to deepen up my outer corner just a little bit more. I love a deep outer corner, so I'm going to take more of that smoke shade on my lid brush, and I'm just taking a little bit and just lightly patting this on the very, very outer corner. I'm keeping this pretty low on my outer lid. Now to highlight, I'm going to pick up this center eyelid shade, and that's going to go in the inner corner. And a little bit under my brow. Now, since I am trying to do more of like a classic holiday look, I do want to pair a black wing with this, but I am going to do my wing off camera today because when I did this eye for my short, I apparently did like the thinnest wing in the world, and I don't know how I did that, so I gotta try to do it on this eye. But my favorite pen liner for this has been the NYX Epic Ink liner. So I'm gonna go try to do a tiny thin wing off camera. Whew, I did it, and somehow I was able to make my wings pretty dang even, and they are very, very thin, which is pretty different than what I normally do, but I do really like how it looks. And for my lashes today, I am wearing the Bright Lashes Daydream. So Daydream is a full lash, but I actually cut it into a half lash today, so it's just sitting right out here on my outer corner. Daydream has definitely been my most used lash recently. I just love it so much. And here's a final close-up of this eye look. Here is what the full face looks like. Let me tell you what else is on my face because I did switch up my lip color today for once, I know. Again, since I was kind of going for like a classic holiday look, but not like a classic true red, I wanted something that had a little bit of like a rosy redness tone to it. So I picked out two lipsticks and they're actually kind of the same color. So the first one is Cookie by Lawless, but I think the one that you're seeing the most on my lips is the Sigma lip cream in the shade Rosewood. This is so pretty and so perfect for this kind of look. And then for my blush today, I also kind of wanted a deeper, a little bit of a rosy red color, so I'm wearing this Hourglass blush in the shade At Night. I just love how this whole look turned out. I feel so pretty right now and kind of Christmassy, but it's not like over the top Christmassy. Like you could totally wear this look any time of the year, but I'm just proud of myself for wearing a lip color other than nude today. I would love to know what kind of look and what palette you plan on using for Christmas if you're celebrating, so please let me know down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.